everyone, this is Charmaine here, and I'm the dietitian that helps people reverse type 2 diabetes. And I have Brenda here. You can say hi to everyone, Brenda.
Hello.
Awesome. Well, I'm so excited because Brenda is a participant in our reversing diabetes system. So I'm excited just to share her story with you guys. So Brenda, what made you reach out to me in the first place?
Well, I felt like I was walking blindly when I started my journey. When I went to the doctor, I got lab work done and they said I was pre-diabetic. I thought, okay, I've tried it before, and what is it that I'm doing? I know I'm doing something wrong. So at this point, I feel like I need professional help. And I was on TikTok and you popped up on my For You page, and I thought, okay, I gotta reach out. Like, you kept popping up on my For You page a lot. And that's how I reached out to you. I thought I made the decision to get professional. I wanted to do this the right way this time so that I wouldn't land in this place again.
Got it. I love that. And what would you say is your why or motivation to start this? Because you took action very early on. So what motivated you to start this?
Well, I have two little ones. I have a 7-year-old and an 11-year-old boy. So I thought I gotta take care of myself. They're too little for mommy to be gone. And when I was in my last pregnancy, I had gestational diabetes. So I did with the poking and the insulin, and I thought, oh no, I do not want that. That's not what I want my life to be. And I thought I gotta make a change. I gotta get professional help and do this the right way. Get the correct information, because when you Google everything, it's just information is everywhere. You don't know when to do it, what to do. That's my motivation, my kid, and just to be healthy and be here for them.
Got it. So sounds like, you want to be there for your kids, but there's just so many information on the internet and you just want the specific plan for you. Is that correct?
Yes.
Got it. I love that. And how has your journey been in reversing diabetes?
Right now, it's been great. I mean, plant-based completely. Since I started, I barely started introducing like meats, but I think at my 3rd week, that was my hardest. Oh my gosh, I don't know if I'm gonna be able to do this like plant completely. And then I just kept pushing myself, okay, try something else and try new recipes. And I just pretty much went off of my taste buds. What do I crave? What do I like the most? I went off of that, and I thought, okay, I'm just gonna cook what I like, but the protein, like plant-based. And well, you give us all the materials. I saw some of the recipes and Coach Cara, and I just went off of that. That has got me, because I don't know. See, that's why I needed this group. Yes, a person can do it on their own, but I feel like during those hard times when, you have someone who's telling you what to do and how to do it, and they know that it's hard. Brenda, Coach Cara, Brenda, don't be so hard on yourself. And Coach Jay, you can do this. You're a superstar. That got me through it all. It's like, okay, I can do this. Because I had tried it before. My whole thing of eating healthy, my whole idea of being healthy was what we're taught. Regular Google information and other influencers on here on TikTok and Facebook and Instagram, but never in a way where I was introduced to a whole new soy pearls, TVP, Tef flour. I mean, you have me scale, with the scale measuring my food, making cashew cheese, vegan cheese, things that I've never done before. I'm doing now, and I feel like now I'm more prepared to keep continuing my journey. And this is a sustainable way. I think I found ways to keep it going and to keep it tasty.
Yeah, I love that. Why would you say it's a sustainable way?
You can pretty much do everything, like, for example, people only think, oh, I can only do it either brown rice or white rice. No, there's so many other things you can eat. Like, recently I started eating bulgur. I just bought, I've tried buckwheat pasta, which I've made before, but I bought buckwheat, the grain itself. There's so many other things that you can, switch it around, get creative. It doesn't have to be boring. I've learned, like, hey, you know what? It doesn't have to be boring. You can if you keep searching, like every meeting that you guys have done for us, you introduce something, all those recipes, and I go through them and I'm like, this is something that I want to try.
Yeah.
How can I make it my for me, my taste? And I think that is more sustainable to me, works better than boring, all the same old thing, protein or starch. I already know that, but it's just, there's so many other ways where you can make it.
I love that. I love that. And it's been amazing just seeing your journey as well, like you sharing, your results with me. I remember I was in Japan and then you messaged me. I was like, wow, like that's so exciting. And it's so cool just to see how involved you are, not only on, social media, but also like in our platform as well. So it's been amazing seeing your journey. So if you don't mind sharing, what are some results that you've been able to see?
Well, so far I've lost 26 pounds.
Wow, amazing.
And well, my cholesterol, triglycerides, and my A1C all went down. So I'm back to normal levels. I don't know if you want me to go into detail about that.
Yes, go into the details.
Okay. So triglycerides were at 154 or 164, something like that. Mm-hmm. And now they're currently at 77.
Amazing.
Cholesterol was at 254, I believe, 254, and now at 207. And my A1C was at 5.8. Now it's at 5.5.
Amazing, amazing. And how are you feeling?
Oh my goodness, I feel great. I think I mentioned to you, I'm getting myself out of perimenopause. I had perimenopause symptoms really bad where the hot flashes and other things. And I mean, I still have them, just not as much. I also suffered from anxiety. And since I started on my journey, I have not had anxiety like I used to before, where it would last a whole month of just having anxiety. And I remember reaching out to Coach Jay, and he says, well, me enrolling myself in your program, I also took therapy because of anxiety. And I thought, you get to a point where you kind of think to yourself, well, reality check, hello, something's going on in your body. You need to do something now. And to me, this was all a reality check. Like, I need to do something. So I did that. And I finished my therapy sessions and everything. And I learned that, anxiety, I still get anxiety, just not as bad as I did before the program, and not as often. It don't last. Like, so that's another thing. And then I went from a size 8 to a size 2.
Amazing.
Yes. So I am feeling great.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And Brenda, it's so amazing just to hear how you've been able to, get rid of your symptoms. I think that's really cool because as you, eat a lot of fiber, it also helps you balance your hormones as well, right? And it also helps you improve your mood. So I love, everything that you shared there. And, one thing that stands out to me is it looks like you're in a phase of taking care of yourself, right? And I want to highlight this because I feel like there's just so many moms that, they put their kids first, their family first, but they put themselves behind. So what do you have to say to that? Like, what made you decide to focus on yourself now?
I'll be 43 years old this year, and that is what was happening with me. I was putting everybody else. I spoke to my husband and he says, well, you got to do what you got to do to make yourself feel better. We can't have you feeling miserable and sick all the time because with perimenopause, 5.8, my A1C, high cholesterol, high triglycerides, it feels horrible. It's a horrible feeling. Tingling and numbing in the fingertips.
Right.
I think my anxiety was happening even more because my body was showing symptoms. And you just have to learn that, hey, you know what? I need to invest in myself because I need to be around. That's what happened to me, and I made the decision. My husband said, go for it. It's been the best investment ever. I'm like, best thing I've done because I know I know that I'm not going to land here again, for sure.
I love that. You have all the tools that you need to be able to not worry about this for the rest of your life. Is that correct? I love that. I love that. And it's amazing. And I hope, people that are watching this can, no matter if you're a mom or not, I think it's so important to focus on your health because there's this saying where before you have a health problem, you have like 100 problems, right? But then when you do have a health problem, you just have one problem, right? And so I think it's so important to focus on your health. It is a vessel. It allows you to do other things. And now that you've reversed this, you'll be able to focus on other things in life, focus on your kids, be present, and live your life to the full. So I'm excited for you.
You guys have me making vegan desserts. I'm like, my husband's like, can you make real brownies? Because I find ways, you guys give us all the tools to kind of keep it going. You can still, like Coach Cara says, it doesn't mean like you got to cut out everything, but you find the right tools that you give us to make a better choice, I guess, a healthier choice, like vegan brownies, vegan chocolate chip cookies. To me, that's just, hey, you know what? This is so cool. Like, I can still indulge in my dessert and keep it going. Yeah.
I love that. And what would you say to someone who's on the fence for reversing diabetes, would you say?
Don't think about it too long. Do it. You need to do it now, yes. I think for me, after several videos that I saw about you, it was like, oh my gosh, there was information that you were sharing that kind of resonated with me. And I thought, I gotta do this. I'm gonna do it. I gotta reach out. And best thing ever, don't think about it too much, because it's better to walk where what professionals are telling you how to do things than walk blindly and you figuring out, what am I gonna do? What am I gonna eat? Can I eat that? Can I not have that? I love it that I reach out to Cara and she reaches back out with an explanation as to, hey, that's too much saturated fats for the day. Watch how much saturated fats that has, or so many things like that. So I think that beyond what would I say and, not think about it, we need to educate ourselves. I feel like hospitals should have this. I had a meeting with a dietitian with Kaiser Permanente about 2 weeks ago. I went to the meeting. Let me tell you, it was not like the meetings that you guys give. Not the information that you guys give. And I talked to her afterwards and I told her, I said, I feel like your hands are tied because you and I both know there's more information that you can give us to help each and every patient that you have here. I was the youngest out of all the people there. She was talking about stents, different types of heart attacks and medication. And she says, well, the reality is that not a lot of people will do what we tell them. Unfortunately, that is true. It's sad that people have to come to a bad place of, like, for example, being pre-diabetic or even diabetic to understand that, hey, you know what? You got to wake up. You got to do something about it. I did have a more deeper conversation with her and I told her, the amount that I'm paying for insurance, health insurance, I should be doing this type of stuff. And you guys don't do that. She says, no, Kaiser will never do that. And she said, I'm going to be transparent with you. We will never do that. We're never going to tell you what to eat. We will give you the information and it's up to you. But I feel like this group provides guidance, motivation, encouragement. It's kind of like Alcoholic Anonymous, but it's a healthier one.
Yeah.
You have the support. You have everyone else is going through it. They give you the support that they've been there. They give you that support, the motivation that you need.
Yeah.
You know what words to tell you that are going to help. They're in the same boat. That's how I'm like, oh, there's no way. I came home and I told my husband, see, if I would have gone through Kaiser, I would have been screwed. Still been trying to figure it out. With you guys, you take a lifetime of education because you guys are pretty much educating everyone on how to eat, what to eat, and when not to have something. I'm not going to have fruit late at night, someone who doesn't know that is probably thinking, oh, well, that's healthy. I can have that, right? It's deeper, I believe.
Yeah. I think it's very interesting, your conversation with the dietitian, because honestly, that's something, because I'm a dietitian, so I'm in that realm. But I think a lot of times what we're taught is to manage the symptoms, right? Like we're taught, all right, you can't change what people eat, therefore just tell them to eat less of it, and I'm like, okay, but you're not actually helping them change their body, you're not healing them, you're just telling to portion control, and that's it, like. And so it's very interesting. I don't think every health professional is taught to really help you reverse diseases. More so it's really to manage it. So I think it's really interesting that you had that conversation with that dietitian, and who knows, maybe you sparked something in them.
Well, the only thing I was told is write a letter to the board of directors. And I thought, if that's all it takes, wouldn't that been done? The changes would have been done a long time ago. I'm sure there's a lot of people. We were given a phone number, for example. She gave us a number that we need to call and help us. And then I asked, what does it entitle? What can they help us with? So, well, they're not going to tell you what to eat. It's just, they're going to just check up on you. So you just call that number and you let them know that you worked out and that what you ate, and that's it. That's how we also got, it's like a support call pretty much, but it's nothing like what you guys do. The team, the way that your program is designed, it's nothing like that. And I feel like the medical institutions, that's what they need. That's exactly what they need. The way that you're doing it, that is what they need.
I love that. Thank you.
Not just like eat less, less of this. No. And then I walked out with 2 little books. And in those books, there's a list of vegetables, fruits, and things to eat from, like things that we can pick out to eat. But I feel like a lot of the stuff that I'm eating now, it's not even on there. Like all the grains that I'm eating. Yeah. Because the reason I feel like got to being pre-diabetic is I love pasta. I don't eat a lot of red meats. My weakness was pasta for me. And pasta and cookies. Now, like if I'm craving pasta, buckwheat pasta, or now that I found the recent one, edamame and mung bean.
Yes.
That's a good one. I noticed the glucose levels didn't spike the way they would with a regular. I was amazed, like, what? There's no way. 117, no way. It was like not even near to what they would be if I was eating regular pasta. I feel like there's so many ingredients out there that a lot of people don't know about, that hey, you know what? You can still eat what you like, but you can.
I love that. It's
so
amazing.
There's a light at the end of the tunnel for sure.
I love that. And it's cool because you're learning that there's so many different options that you can have. And I think that's why you're able to make it sustainable, because you're still eating the foods that you love, right? But just changing it, to different ingredients. So I think that's amazing. Anything else that you want to share before we wrap this up?
I mean, I'm feeling great. Been quite the journey, and I'm on my 5 months.
Yeah.
5 months. I think I started to notice a difference by the 3rd month. That's when I started to notice a difference. Lower fasting glucose levels at the 3rd month. And obviously, cooking without oil and plant-based definitely made the difference. When I tell people, well, yeah, you need to cook it without oil, they're like, wait, what? How do you do that? And there's a video that you have where you're making, it was a type of mushrooms. I don't remember the name of it. Now, I did buy myself those mushrooms, and I did follow that recipe, but that was something that I could not. The smell.
It's a shiitake mushroom, huh?
Yes.
Yeah, it's a Chinese mushroom.
That is one that I thought, I'm learning what I like and what I don't. There's ways that I can still make that. And still, in that video, you're teaching us, you're saying, and then add a little more water, and, and I always keep it's like, I have it for tea, but it's a kettle. And I just always keep filtered water there, and I just keep adding water. So that made a difference. I think that a lot of people, when I tell them, well, sometimes I see people trying to do it on their own, or trying to do things that I used to do. And I tell them, hey, maybe you shouldn't have this right now. Well, I'm already working with a dietitian, or, okay, all right. Well, I'm not sure what you're trying to do there, but all right. It's the learning, the education, I think that I will always have with me. when I started, I think you guys had, when I signed up, kind of still keep motivating everybody. You get to learn from others. You get to learn their journey, and hey, you know what? Maybe they're trying something that I haven't tried that might work for me.
Yeah.
It's within the scope of what you guys have been teaching us. So I love that. I can reach out. Like, I think I reached out to Jennifer Mumford, and she shared some recipes with me, and then I know she's seen some of mine on school, so it's kind of been a great journey overall.
Yeah, I love that. I love that. And, you know, I appreciate you sharing, Brenda. It's been amazing just hearing you share how you've been able to reverse your pre-diabetes, how you see the difference, you know, between like managing and, you know, reversing diabetes, and also, you know, be able to reverse your perimenopausal symptoms as well. It's amazing to hear, and, you know, I'm super happy for you, and, you know, glad to have you in the program. It's definitely fun seeing you around. And so thank you so much for sharing your story and just, you know, giving your positive energy to us as well. And for those of you who are watching, I know Brenda as well started with the free reversing diabetes training. So, you know, if you want to get to know the science, start with that training first. Link is in the description or on my page, and I'll see you guys there. Have a good one, everyone.
Thank you.
Bye. Thank
Bye.
you.